Yo, what's going on? What's going on, y'all? It's your boy BalloutBest, and I'm back with another reaction video today. You feel me? Today, gonna react to Kitty Queen production interview with Jae Skeese. Now, I'm familiar with Kitty Queen production. We talk, we kind of do something similar as far as doing interviews on. She does the Buffalo, I do roster. We put on for Upstate, but there's a dude named Jae Skeese. I see his name before when people mention Buffalo rappers, but I'm not familiar with his work. So it's kind of an opportunity for me to find out who he is while I react to my first interview reaction video. So that's what Jae Ski and Quiddy Queen Productions talk about. They all messing up and shit. Y'all probably think I can't talk. I can't. I'm gonna lie to you.
Hey everybody, it's Kitty, and this is another episode of Hustle Season. We are on season 2, episode 7, and we
And if I'm looking over it, I'm looking at the screen over here. So don't think I'm not. Like, the webcam is right here, the screen's over here. So
have a very special guest with us today. Drumworks artist Jae Skeese is in the building.
Peace, peace, peace. What's up with you? How you feel?
What's up with you? I feel great. It's great to have you here. Thank you so much for coming through.
No doubt, no doubt. It's good to be here. It's a good vibe in here.
Thank you, thank you. Don't you just love the aesthetic here?
Nah, for sure. It's clean.
Yeah.
It's super clean, super inviting.
Yeah, I know. Dennis Wilson really did his thing for the studio, so shout out to Dennis Wilson. So so I wanted to bring you in because I wanted to have a conversation with you about what you got going on. You're an inspiration around the Buffalo community, everywhere actually. You're a drumworks artist that's very inspired.
okay, I was about to say I see the drumwork chain. I was thinking he's definitely a part of drumworks. Okay, so he's signed to, I believe that's West Side Gun, right? Or Conway? That's Conway label.
There's many people that look up to you and like everything that you got going on. So just tell the people what you got going on. I know you got an event coming up.
Yeah, so I appreciate that first and foremost.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, just life as a drummer artist, I guess, it's a little different from when I was just straight independent. I have more support, you know what I'm saying, in terms of when I'm, creating my projects and dropping my projects, obviously, because, I get the label support now.
Yeah.
Um, and just coming with a plan, like, that's, like, the biggest
Okay,
thing.
so he signed to drummer like actually like they put in a budget behind because sometimes you hear certain niggas signed to rappers and they don't be putting no bread up. They just giving you the exposure, so look good.
That I think I've learned since, I started really putting out music under drum work is that, it's not as simple as just, making dope music. You know what I mean? Because everybody's dope.
I'll
Like,
tell you
everybody
this all
can
the
put
time.
together a project. Everybody can rap. Everybody can sing. Everybody can, do this and that. But, it's more so about,
nothing but facts.
having your plan and kind of sticking with it.
Yeah.
And then also, outside of that, because again, like, there's a lot of people who make a lot of dope music and, they might have a dope way of, through videos or through art, showing, their cover art showing, whatever their idea is. But the other thing that I'm learning is that you got to really carve your own lane. Because, I mean, you can follow, there are people who might open up doors and, then it creates a lane for everybody. But
What,
for
Griselda?
me, I would rather, kind of create my own lane because then I can, forever exist in it. There might be a time where, if I was just, following somebody else's footsteps, there might be a time where whatever they did stops working. You know what I'm saying? But if I create my own lane, it's like nobody can tell me, when it's going to stop or when it's going to start or whatever because I determine that. You know what I'm saying? I dictate that.
Yeah, right. And you can kind of like adjust to whatever comes your way because it's your lane.
Exactly.
Being your own authentic self is very important in music, I think. Because,
100%.
Yeah, because it's like you can take anybody can take somebody else's sauce. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna taste the same. Probably not if you don't got the right ingredients. So yeah, that's definitely some good information. Consistency is key. You know what I mean? Being authentic and being consistent with it. So that's very important. So thank you so much for that. And you have an event coming up November 14th. Tell the people about that event.
Yeah, so I got it's actually my first show here in Buffalo.
Okay.
Every time I tell somebody that they're like your first show, I'm like,
I know.
this is my first show in
You never did a show in Buffalo?
Buffalo, meaning it's not like a showcase.
Right.
It's not like a talent show. It's not like What are some of the other things? I used to do ciphers here in the town,
Yeah.
but I never have done like an actual official show. Like this is the Jae Skeese show where I'm
Okay.
headlining here in Buffalo, New
That's
York.
fire.
Never done it. So this will be my first official show in Buffalo. It's at Rec Room down on Chippewa, right next to Venue, if you're familiar with that club. But yeah, it's November 14th. Doors open at 7 o'clock. There's a few openers. We got Scoop Dollar. We got Les. I got K Pistol pulling up.
That's the only Buffalo rapper that I know who that. Damn, I can't speak. That's the only Buffalo rapper I know. K Pistol. Like, I didn't know nobody else he said.
14th. Doors open at 7 o'clock. There's a few openers. We got Scoop Dollar. We got Les. I got K Pistol pulling up.
That's one of my favorite people in the
Yeah,
world.
shout out to K Pistol, man. K
Yeah.
Pistol go crazy. But and I'm sure, obviously I don't want to spoil the
Yeah,
everything, but it's gonna be a good night. We'll have some other special guests. We'll have some merch there. It's gonna overall it's gonna be a good night. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody who pulls up because it's gonna be a special one for sure.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to it. I definitely marked my calendar to be there. Can't wait to see what y'all have in store. Definitely love that, and it being your first show in Buffalo, that's pretty dope. You know what I mean? We do a lot of shows here, like you said, showcases and everything like that. But for you to have your first headline show, that's pretty dope, like and inspiring. So I know a lot of people will love to know how maybe after the show we can probably talk about like how that made you feel. You know, like just having your own audience really pull up for you, like this is your show.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like, I think the it's like for me, it's like a big step that I'm taking, because I mean, if you've been following me the last few years, I've been, with Conway pretty much everywhere, like around the world. He's been over in Europe, Canada, all throughout the United States, and I've been opening up for him, the last couple of years. So this is kind of me taking a step out of that box and
Right.
kind of, just leveling up and just showing my growth. So for me, it's like it's kind of like everything. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a testament to all the work that I've put in. So definitely get your tickets. You can go to jskeese.com. They're right on there. Grab your tickets. They're like $15. I think with the tax and everything, it's like $21 or something
That's
like that. So
valid.
definitely grab your tickets. They're going quick. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
only a few left, so get your tickets now.
Yeah, make sure y'all get y'all tickets. November 14th is bound to be a extraordinary show. I am going to be in attendance. I can't wait. And I know you were talking about, okay, so you said that you was doing like the international traveling with Conway and everything. Was that a different experience for you? How was that experience for you, like doing that those few years?
I mean, definitely different because, you know, just growing up, like I grew up, on the east side of Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? So to be doing music and for music to take me to, Amsterdam and Paris and London. And, I shot a video in London for my last album for Ground Level. So, it's
That's
like,
crazy that niggas really know on the other side of the country, bro. Like that's fire. A kid from upstate New York, they don't even know about New York, and in America. I mean, and overseas, but they know about Buffalo because of niggas like him and Conway.
for music to take me to these places where I never even thought I would, go before I was doing music in this capacity is, again, it's everything because it's like just a testament to the grind. You know what I'm saying? Like just to know that okay, I can go to Amsterdam or I can go to you know what I'm saying? Like all these different countries and when I go to these places too, by the way, like they know the music, they know who I am. When I'm on stage, like they rapping word for word with me. And, they really rocking with it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes even more than
I feel like
the love
overseas
that we
respect
get
more
here
lyrics.
when we're here in the U.S. So to know that my music is touching people in such fire places and things of that nature is everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just dope.
I'm inspired. It's make me want to do music. Sure, I want to get. I've been thinking about it, but I'm a little shy. But yeah, that's so inspiring. Yeah. So just having the different audience, out of the country and everything, and them knowing your lyrics and everything like that, that has to be just like the best feeling as an artist. And on top of that, like I know that I do a radio show every Wednesday, and me and my co-host, we were talking about one day about the hip hop scene per se, and he was saying that he just don't feel like he's thriving as a hip hop artist. So he wanted to transition, and he said he feels like the hip hop scene is like kind of like recycled, like there's not enough growth in the scene. And I was just telling him, like, in my opinion, I kind of feel like a lot of your fan base is not even who you think it is. Like, a lot of people be looking for all of this support from Buffalo or like the city where they from. And I'm telling you, when I started my podcast, like I started a year ago, I had like a lot of people from like different countries, like commenting on my YouTube videos, entering my raffles, like legit people. And I used to be like going to their page, like, hold on, let me make sure you're real.
That's
And it was
dope.
just phenomenal to see how much support you get from like people outside of like your hometown. So what's your advice for those who feel like kind of like boxed in and discouraged that they feel like their talents really isn't getting them anywhere?
I say, because I mean, I was one of those people too, and I didn't really know. But that's another thing that I've learned is that the like Buffalo is like the type of place. It's a lot of talent here. It's like so many people that do their thing, and they're great at it. They can do a million different things. Um, but it's like I think a lot of artists from here also they just get caught up in this thing where they have to be the best here. I have to be the best. I have to
I feel like that's everybody. Everybody.
be
Not
like
when I say everybody, I mean every city. Cause roster, that's how it be. It's like niggas would be mad at you that you didn't put them on the roster rap. But it's like nigga, fuck roster. Ain't nobody really make it out of here.
the best rapper in Buffalo. I have to be the best singer in Buffalo. And if people aren't talking about me, then people ain't supporting me and people ain't rocking with me. And it's like, there's like less than 300,000 people here. In the world, there's like 7-8 billion people. So if we look at it on a scale of that, it's like, you got a better shot of taking your music wherever else you take it in the world and getting people to rock with you. When I look at my Spotify numbers, normally Osaka and Tokyo stream my music more than Buffalo, New York does. There's way more people there though at the same time, but also it's like, obviously it's more people there, so there's gonna be more people there that stream the music. So as opposed to getting Buffalo to kind of rock with you, you just got to focus on the rest of the world. And then the other thing that I always say is Buffalo isn't like it's not a trend setting place. When we think about the music, when we think about the fashion, a lot of the time we follow what everybody else is doing. We're not setting trends to where people's like, yo, I wanna dress like this Buffalo person, or I wanna, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't never thought about that. Like think about Chicago's a trendsetter person. Any rapper that come out of Chicago, we follow behind them.
Like we follow trends. So unless we're talking about the music, because now we're starting to be, considered one of those places that is associated with a sound and everything, which is dope. Like, don't get me wrong, that's fire. But I would say like, just with the way that Buffalo is, you can't really expect to create a wave here. You can do it in small, like, you might get a few people rocking with you. You might get some people to come out to your show or whatever, but you just got a better chance of, really blowing up if you take it on the road and just let Buffalo follow it after. Because once Buffalo sees you, when you got people in, Cleveland and New York and Atlanta rocking with you, they're like, oh he from the town. He from the town. That's how it's gonna be. You know what I mean? Because we don't set trends. We're not. It's just not that type of place. It's hard to come up here. You know what I'm saying? If you come up here, you come up anywhere, or you can go anywhere and do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like I speak for that because I'm in the process of doing it. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, and speaking of setting trends, it's like what you said, like it's so small here. Like if one person, like what I've noticed, like since I've been in this Buffalo entertainment industry, you start like a small thing that's like slightly different from what everybody else doing, and it's just like everybody is like doing it, and then now there's a battle of who did it first, who started it first. Like I remember, like I want to say maybe a year or two ago, like when the mic'd ups around here started, like I was working with an individual who was like, well, I started the mic'd ups, and then this person decided, and everybody copied me. And I'm just sitting in my head like they wasn't doing that outside of Buffalo, like before.
But that again, it's just the small city mindset, and that's why, like for me, I've always, and I say this to my man Chad all the time. I've always like strive to, no matter what, whatever I'm doing. I don't know if it's an event, if it's the music that I'm doing, if it's anything that I'm doing. I always try to just make it different. I don't care about like, trying to follow the wave or trying to do what everybody else is doing, because I've always been big on being an individual. Like I'm all about my team and like the people I got around me, but I've always been big on just individuality and just being myself, and I preach that in the music too. You know what I'm saying? So that is a Buffalo thing though, for sure.
Yeah.
It's like crabs in a bucket. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like once somebody, you see, you know what I mean? Like with the mic'd up thing, somebody might be crawling their way about the bucket, and then it's like that next person is like, "Nah, I'm pulling you back down because this was my idea." When in actuality, we could be championing, you know what I'm saying, one another, and like finding ways to work together.
Collab and make
you know what I'm saying, and make it even bigger.
But people don't want to do that because people are so worried about like being that trendsetter.
But that's what I was saying. Going back to what I was saying about the music. Everybody here, I'm not saying everybody because there are exceptions to the rule, but with a lot of people, with things that I see, you know what I'm saying, and I usually just go off that, and I don't get into all the drama and everything. You don't see my name popping up and all that stuff because it's just never been me. I don't care for that. But I do see a lot that happens and things that get said, and it's always like when I'm looking at it, I'm like, yo, it don't matter who started it. It don't matter who's the best. Like whoever is the first person, they knock down the door, and then you bring everybody else with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it should be. Or we'll come together and we'll figure it out. Because if you look at places like Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Like you look at, I remember when Young Thug popped off. This was years ago. He was on that joint with Ti. You know what I'm saying? And then Young Thug, I forget who the person is. Like maybe it was Lil Baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? But even if I'm, not saying the right person, they always find a way. Whoever is about to be next, those OGs or those rappers that are established, they find a way to put that next person onto a record. And then that next person, they're going to do it for the next person. You get what I'm saying? And that's how it should be.
I feel like that. I feel like that's true and not true, because, like, you might say, like, yeah, Lil Baby put Young Thug on, but think about niggas do be blackballing motherfuckers. Look at Wife and Lucci. Niggas don't
together and co-sign one another and just make sure that Atlanta stays on top or somewhere near the top. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need in Buffalo too.
We need it so bad.
And then the other part of that though is when you are that artist or you are that person who gets put on, you don't get put on to like shit on everybody else.
Right.
That's not what it is. Right. When you get your blessing, you bless others.
I ain't gonna lie, I agree and disagree. I got shit on certain niggas though, bro. Niggas calling me out.
It's not about getting your blessing and then, oh, look at me. Nah, it's because it's a bigger thing going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, your mindset gotta just radiate positivity behind those things, because any too much cockiness or too much, oh, this was me, that was all me, like people will steer away from a person like that, because I know I do. Cause
I feel you because I'm humble to a degree, but I'm also learning that it's nothing wrong with taking the credit that you deserve. It's nothing wrong with that, but it can't be, oh, it's just me, and then you don't do nothing for nobody else.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
And speaking of that, I'm so glad that you said that, because another topic that came up within the last couple of weeks was the same person that I was speaking with. They basically said that they feel like when people come from Buffalo, right? Like they quoted, we all know the whole BSF controversy about how people have been saying that they don't like. Some people feel like BSF don't do enough for the Buffalo community. I'm not one of those
I disagree. I can name you like 10 niggas that signed to BSF, from like you got Rick High to Heem to Flames Malik. The nigga betting to put niggas on the roster Ari Almighty, so I can't agree with that.
I ended up having an argument, well, not an argument, but a debate with somebody. And I'm like, basically, like, a lot of people feel like when you're, like, at a high level, like, you're just obligated to just be like, oh, okay, I'm going to have you do this. I'm going to have you do that. Yeah, you could come with me here, or have this put this artist on a track, put that artist on a track. And I was debating with the person. I'm like, you don't know where these people are mentally. And not only that, a lot of people don't want to just be like, hey, here's my resource after working so hard for it. You know what I'm saying? The entitlement sometimes is so crazy in Buffalo because it's like, okay, somebody make it and it's just like, okay, they need to put us all on. And it's just not that easy.
It's
You know what I'm
not.
saying? And a lot of times, like,
And it's like you'll put a nigga on and it'll shit on you. So niggas be scared of that. You ever help the nigga out and think like, okay, like, yeah, I want this nigga to win and he just dog you out?
an artist that I was actually talking to who mentioned like some things about not being put on and things like that. They basically I went through their resume and I went through like their work and everything like that, and I'm like, this person actually could do a little more work. And it was just like to feel like
Ain't
completely
nothing's given.
entitled, like, oh hey, y'all up, so y'all should put me on. You know what I mean? Or y'all should put us on. Like, I just kind of feel like the work is necessary. You know what I'm saying? So like, if
Yeah.
you want the resource, work for it, right?
So this is the thing that I gotta say about that. You can't skip none of the steps of the process. You can't, like, it's not a step that you can skip. Like, I said it in one of my songs. Like, you can't skip the steps. There's a certain number of steps that you have to go through. That's the first thing. So like, you know, I get the entitlement kind of part, because it's like, I'm not saying that I understand it completely,
Right.
but I understand why people say it. It's because it's like you looking at people and they doing their thing, they shining, and you like, yo, I can do that too.
Yeah.
Like, and I have the talent and everything. But it's like I said earlier, my man said it all the time, everybody can rap.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And a lot of the time people, they look at these people that, are in these positions. It's two things with it. The first thing is they look at people that are in these positions and they just think like, okay, well, I
That
see
could be
you
me.
got this and I see you got that. You should be doing this for me. But you don't know what all they're dealing with, like you said, not even just mentally, but just financially,
all together,
everything. You don't know what that person is doing, how they balancing it. It may look a certain way because, like, that's me. Like, I make it look a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see me on these stages, you see me with this on, you see me with this person, but you don't know what I had to do
Right.
to even make it look like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's like the case a lot of the time. The second thing is, like, it's never about what that person can do for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's always about what can you do for that person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when I got signed by Conway, it wasn't a thing where he just said, because you got to think, me and Con, we weren't friends.
Mm-hmm.
He's not my family. I'm not related to him. We weren't like, that wasn't like my big homie or anything
Right.
like that. And salute, shout out to Con.
Yeah, shout out.
You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't that type of thing. Con knew, like, not only that I could rap, but also it was a period of time where I was spending a lot of my own money pulling up. Yo, where you at? Oh, you in New York? I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Getting on stages for free. I'm not getting paid to, do these shows and
Right.
these different things. Like, or, I'm about to go to California and I'm about to do my press run for my album. I'm there. You know what I'm saying? I'm paying for my flight. I'm paying for my hotel. I'm making sure I look good when I get there. He's not doing none of this for me.
Right.
And so he knows that this person is motivated. This person is talented. This person.
Hold on. Somebody's calling me. I'll be right back, y'all. Let me just pause this real quick. I gotta answer this important call. But this interview is actually good as a bitch. Like, don't before you jump, bro. A lot of people got listen to. Give me 2 seconds. And we back with it. You feel me? We back with us. We back into the interview.
I don't have to hold this person's hand through everything.
Right.
Because a lot of the time, artists don't have time to do that. I'm sure, same thing with, if we talking about BSF, everybody over at BSF, I guarantee you, can move to the beat of their own drum. And all they need Benny for is certain things.
Right.
Or, the people that are associated with BSF, they need them for certain things, but not for everything.
Right.
And the problem is, a lot of these artists are entitled because they just think that they have this idea of how things go. And even me, like I said, there's a lot of things that I learned.
Mm-hmm.
It's never what you think it is. Trust me. Mm-hmm. So, you on point with what you were saying.
Yeah, I believe it. And you know what? Like, is invest in yourself. You know what I mean? Like, Stop looking for like just a handout. Like if you gotta pay to do like to enter into a show for to be in front of this audience, do it. You know what I mean? Stop thinking that people are supposed to just hit you up and be like, "Oh, you rap in the town. I got this event. Do you want to rap?" You know what I mean? Like it seems like a lot of people are just like expecting that type of thing. And like I've seen a lot of things on Facebook like about, music and everything, and like even people getting worked up, like even with like the showcases and stuff. And they'll be like, "Oh, we shouldn't have to pay to perform, or we shouldn't have to pay for a slot." And it's just like, why
I ain't
should
gonna lie,
we?
like that'd be the problem with rappers, bro. Entitlement, bro. If a motherfucker putting they hard earned work money to put into the venues, they pay the security, they gotta be able to make some of that money back so they able to do more shows. But rappers don't think about that. You niggas be too big headed. Niggas be buying your views and all types of shit, bro. And think people gonna pop out for you. No, you probably got 5 people popping out for you. You expect to get paid or get it for free. Nigga, I can't make no money with you talented, but nobody coming out here for you. Like the promoter's the one making his bread. If you want him to continue to do this, he has to be able to make his money back.
Yeah, because it's like, if you're not willing to take, I think shout out to Rick High. I know he's got something that he's got coming up, in the next few weeks, and
Halloween
he's been doing,
showcase.
you know what I'm saying? He's been doing his joints. It's like, yo, if you're not willing to pay me $100 to get on my stage, and obviously you know who I am and what I'm doing,
Right.
and you get to win like $1,000,
Yeah.
it's like if you're not willing to put up $100, you're not really serious about your career because it's gonna be certain things. You're gonna take losses. You're gonna be mad. You're gonna have times where you broke. It ain't gonna be where you just
And from a promoter standpoint, because I do interviews, but I be behind the scenes from the promoter standpoint. When they be bringing rappers and all that here, they be taking L's. They just don't talk about it. You feel me? They just don't talk about it. As an interview, I didn't invest into paying rappers for interviews. They didn't ran off, but that's all I took. That's part of the process. You feel me? Everything gonna be a win. Everything gonna be look. I didn't pay rappers $1,000 for interviews. Think it's gonna give me a certain amount of views. Shit didn't give me that amount of views. But I'm glad to the risk.
unless you just an anomaly and you just you come out with a song and it goes viral and all of a sudden now you got all these opportunities. It's not gonna be like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're not willing to come up off of what is it? I think $100 or whatever it is to get on this show, it's like you don't really want it.
You will be.
So why would I waste not saying that you would waste the time, but why would I waste my time if you're not willing to even go half the distance that I had to go in order to get to where I am? Because it's a reason why you want to be a part of this thing. So put yourself on. And like that's another thing that I've learned is that if you're not doing the work, if you're not actively showing like okay, you working consistently and you know what I'm saying, you're not putting yourself on and you're not inviting other people who can do things for you to say, okay, I see this person doing their thing. You got to put yourself on.
Yeah, yeah. You got to put yourself in rooms. Like I say that like all the time. I've met like a lot of people like and like been asked to do like a lot of hosting events and stuff by just being around. You know what I mean? Like I'll just go to an event. Like when I first started like my podcasting, I just be like, okay, what events coming up this week and next week? Okay, I work these days. I have time to go to this event, that event. So I'm like, even though like I'm not getting anything like monetary or anything from it, I'm getting that experience. I'm getting that um, meeting new people. Them, oh, who is she? Oh, nice to meet you. Oh, I have this project coming up. Oh, you do this. Oh, let's work together. You know what I mean? Like
It's called networking.
yeah, it's called
It's called
networking.
network.
Like
And all of this, like everything in the industry. I talk my man, like I said, my man Chad. We talk all day, every day about music. That's all we talk about. You know what I'm saying? My manager Chad, man, and it's all relationships and networking. Like I said, the talent is cool. Like you can rap, great.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody can rap. And if you can't rap, you still can rap to some degree. You can rap, like you
Yes.
said. You was just,
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Like you do a million different things. You like, yo, I can rap too. You know what I'm saying? But everybody can do that. It's really about the relationships, how you do business and networking. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
agree.
even like I was saying, like me and him, we'll go to like the beat battles here in the town. You know what I'm saying? Like when I see L Biz, like he does, his beat battles, or The joints that individuals does. You know what I'm saying? Brennan, he does his joints. Like I'll pull up to those still. You know what I'm saying? And just to like kind of be in that energy. Because sometimes I need to just be in that energy of being hungry and you know just wanting to be heard. I love being in that energy because that's what kept me going a lot of the time. You know what I'm saying? When I was going and doing certain like showcases and pulling up to parties and performing and things of that nature. Sometimes I need to still be in that. So you got to be in that energy if you want to be a part of it. You got to actively be in it.
You gotta be like it has to like
It can't be a thing where you see like you might have a show and you got what I'm saying, you see whoever pull up to your show, then you see the next person having a show next week, and then you like, well, they ain't asked me to come out and perform, so I'm not gonna pull up. Like you for one, you sound like a hater. You salty. For two, you could be in there with your flyers or your CDs or whatever, like yo, or your business card, or even just your phone with your Instagram.
I
Like yo,
agree.
I know they, what I'm saying. These people's going tonight. Yo, I'm going, man. I'm doing a show next
Come to
week.
my show
Yo,
next
pull
week.
up, man. Come rock with me. I'm this. Yo, follow me real quick, cause you can be, what I'm saying, in there networking with all those other fans of all these other people, and connecting with the artists that are there for that night, cause you never know. The next show they might be asking you to come out.
Yeah, and I can't tell you how many times that I've been to an event and then
You never know who you might
even
meet.
if I don't talk to them at the event, somebody will hit me up on Facebook like the next day or the day
Bro,
after.
you will see somebody's face and start to recognize their face. And after so many times you see their face, you might do the head nod. The next couple times, like, okay, what's up? Then you might not know what motherfucker can do for you. Being outside is the best way to network, bro. That's the best way to network. You never know who and what position they could put you in. Pause. No diddy.
After and be like, hey, I saw you at the event, or hey, you do interviews, or because they saw me there, and you think people not watching you, and they really are. So like, I do think that a lot of individuals around here do a good job at being humble, networking, and doing what they have to do as an artist. But there are a lot of people like that'll be like, oh, people should pay me for a feature. And it's just like, why should they pay you? You know what I mean? Like, what have you put out there? Have you trended? Like, what have you put out there to make somebody pay you? Yeah. Like, I mean, I get it. The mentality is great, though. You know what I mean? To want to be paid for your craft.
For sure.
But how much work did you put in to get that reward back?
Yeah, because, I mean, whoever is going to pay you for a feature anyway, they want to see a return on their investment. Yeah. Unless they're just like that big of a fan where it's like, yo, I got to do a song with, this artist because I'm just such a big fan. I'm willing to pay, to get this person on my song. But 9 times out of 10, like, this is the music business. And if I'm coming to you with a business proposal, I want to see a return on my investment, whatever I put into it. I don't care if it's, $100 that I pay you for a feature, or if it's, 5 bands. Like, if I'm paying you 5 bands, it's got to be a way for me to get my 5 bands back. So, with a lot of artists, because I've seen this topic come up on Facebook too. With a lot of these artists, it's like, who's streaming your music? That's like the the number one question, because you might have people in Buffalo playing your song, and you might have got 1,000 views on your last video. That's cool. But let's do the math on what 1,000 views equals when you go to YouTube and they tell you, however, like, you monetize your videos, you probably can get back 1,000 views and get you probably 2 cents, if that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then when we look at Spotify numbers, like, these are the things that, gauge whether or not you're worth paying for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, again, these are things that I had to learn.
And that's what I thought, though, because, although I'm not an artist, I'm in, like, the music industry. Like, I've been around a lot of big artists and just been in the whole, aesthetic of everything. So I kind of got an idea of how things should go. But my personal opinion, I just feel like a lot of times when people that are complaining about, needing to be paid, and then I'm looking at I do research on people. Like, when they start talking about something controversial, I'll be like, okay, let me see this person, what they got going on.
I do that too. That's just some interview shit.
Got too many followers, not too many.
See, this is the thing. This is the thing.
Judgmental.
This is the thing. The people that are complaining, they ain't never got nothing going on.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be judgmental or
Yeah.
anything like that, but it's real.
That's just real. It's like,
Yeah.
because if you really had it going on like that, you wouldn't have time to be complaining.
And you wouldn't know that it takes work
Yeah.
to get somewhere. You
Facts.
know what I mean? Like this whole like for me, I have like little events every so often, like for my boutique and stuff like that. Like I just had an event where I had people performing at my because I had closed my boutique name and I'm opening it up under a different name. So I had performers and everything like that, and I made the personal decision to pay them a small fee. You know, I ain't got it like that. You know.
Hey, but shout out to you, because that's better than what a lot of these people that throw events.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So
but
shout out
out
to
of
you.
appreciation, you know what I'm saying? Because but that's the decision I made. You know what I mean? Like, and then of course, like some of my friends that were a part of it, even them, like I'm paying you too, and they're like, no, you don't gotta pay me. You know what I mean? You're my friend. Like, and it's just like, okay, give me my money back. But yeah, so I made the decision to pay them because I feel like, okay, you're helping me with my event. You're helping me bring people in here to watch you perform and everything like that. So that way they can look at my clothing and shop. You know what I mean? So
Exposure.
that's what I get back from paying
Exactly.
the people
Getting
that
your
I paid.
benefit.
But when you're going to like a song or a performance for like a showcase or something, that's different. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people are gonna come and support all these other artists too. This isn't just somebody coming to support me.
Yeah.
This is people coming to support everybody that's performing. So now you have to do extra work. You know what I mean? Like to earn that oh, here, I'll pay you for this. You either gotta do it for free or you have to invest in some type of way, especially if it's a Buffalo thing, you know what I mean? Until somebody see the value in you enough and be like, yo, you know, I need you to come, you know, I'll pay you this, like I did with the artists that I had.
There you go.
So I think that is very important for artists to just, you know, just understand the process. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it is a process. That's the thing. Like, it wasn't a thing where I could say, you know, 2 years ago, 2022, and I had been signed for a year and a half. I couldn't say in 2022 or even last year, I'm ready to do a show in Buffalo, New York. And like, I've been making music forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, but up until last year, I wasn't ready to do a show in Buffalo because I didn't think, you know what I'm saying, for a few different reasons. I'll put it to you like that, but I just wasn't ready. Now it's kind of like, all right, 2024, I can actually probably do a show here. But again, that's, you know, years and years and years and years and years of preparation and things that I had to do, and, you know, things that I had to do that I didn't want to do. You know what I'm saying? So you got to trust the process. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. And that's, you know, what Ground Level is all about. Like, that's my last album, but outside of it being like the album title, it's a mindset and it's a mantra. I preach it all the time, because it's like we all start from somewhere, we build up. Like, the mindset is we start at ground level, but we want to build up into skyscrapers. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So you got to trust the process, man. And, you know, it's going to be times, like I said, where, you know, you're going to be upset, you're going to be mad, you're going to be happy, you're going to be sad, be highs and lows. But, you know, by the time you get to the top, you know, you'll have all that experience and you'll know what to do with it once you get to the top. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the thing too. You can get everything that you've been praying for and wishing for and asking for. God will give it to you, but then once you got it, you don't know what to do with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You so wrapped around trying to get it like fast. You know, a lot of people in Buffalo is just like, I'm gonna drop this song and like people gonna hop on my wave. You know, and then when it don't happen, it's just like, all right, I'm gonna drop this song. They hating on me. And it's not that, because you just never know. Like, I was just talking to somebody, even outside of music, even just like as far as just being an ambitious person and a hustler, right? I literally try something new every year. That's my way. You know what I mean? Like last year, I was doing the boutique or whatever. And then towards the end of the year, I decided to podcast, you know, because I felt like I have good conversation. That's a part of my personality. I'm a conversationalist. So like, I'm like, And then now this year, I'm like, maybe I want to do music. Maybe I want to do this. Maybe. And it's just like, you never know what is gonna be that thing for you. You know what I mean? Like, even if like you're not thriving in one area, it's okay to try something else, or it's okay to try it a different way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you never know what's gonna be your big break, what's gonna make people be like, oh, I pump with that. Like, even it could even go as far as content creation, or like your music video.
Yeah.
Like, what type of music video you have. Like, you can do these type of music videos all the time, and then like you have like a creative thought, like, oh shoot, let me go to Brooklyn and do a video on the subway.
She ain't
You know
saying
what I
nothing
mean?
wrong.
100%,
Like, and then next thing you know, it blew up.
Yep.
And you would have never gotten there
If you didn't try.
you hadn't opened your mind
keeping an
into
open mind.
different possibilities and you know, things like that. So it's definitely important to like just expand yourself in every way possible.
Yeah, and just like you said, like keeping an open mind and just almost being like fluid, because you know, like I was saying earlier, in good and bad way, like whether it's the good stuff or bad stuff, nothing ever goes the way that you envision it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could go to the doctor and get a shot in your arm and you think it's gonna hurt so bad, but then once you get the shot, you're like, oh, I hate that. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't that bad. And I had to go and do it. You know what I'm saying?
Unless you're my daughter. Oh, gosh.
Shout out to the kids, man.
No, because she literally, like, side note.
Yeah.
So I wasn't getting her shots for, like, because at first I was, like, in this mindset state because I was going to homeschool her. I breastfed and things like that. So I was just going to be, like, one of those moms.
Yeah.
Then I was like, okay, she got to go to school. I got to work, all of this. So then, like, I go and take her to get shots, and she gets the shots and just bugs out, right? And then do you know that I could not get her dressed for like a month. It had to be like first thing in the morning when she was half asleep, or like in her sleep, like at night, and I'm changing her into her pajamas. She'll take a bath.
Yeah.
She'll take it off to take a bath, but put her shirt back on. Like, it was just like her shot. It's just like she just kept thinking like about the shot.
Yeah.
So like shout out to kids.
Yeah, it's crazy shit that we do as
Kids.
kids.
She broke out of that, thank goodness. But yeah,
But nah, like, you know, like I was saying, like, you know, nothing ever goes the way that you envision it. So it's like when something doesn't work, it's like you gotta be willing to say, okay, you step back, you look at the whiteboard, you put it down. All right, I tried this. All right, maybe if I pivot this way, maybe this will work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll give you an example. For my last couple projects, I was calling them different things. Like, I had been, you know, I just have like a weird way of wanting to title my albums. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was always thinking of one word and then another word, you bring them together, and it'll you know, mean something. And you know, I was talking with my man Chad one day because I had a whole different title for my album, and you know, it was something that I thought was dope. But you know, we got to talking. He was like, "Yo, you should think about calling it Ground Level, because it's like that's what you're talking about. That's what you've been talking about your last two projects, and it's a little easier for people to just digest and you know, just understand what you're talking about." And I took that gem and I sat there and I thought about it for a few days or whatever. I was like, "Yo, ground level. This makes sense." You know what I mean? So had I not been able to be open-minded and even receive that gem, it would have been like, yo, I would have called the album something else, and it may not have resonated with as many people, because a lot of people now, like, they like, yo, that Ground Level, like, yo, that's the one. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie, now I need to go check out that project, because the way they're describing Ground Level, I feel like I'm one of them people, you feel me, like that, because I feel like I had to work my way up. So now I'm kind of want to see what he's rapping about. I never heard bro music, but that's what interviews do sometimes for people. It makes you want to go see what they talk about in their music, because now off his interview, I fuck with bro, and Kitty had a great conversation with him.
That's why it's important to have people around you that can contribute to your vision.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, you need to have people who are on your same wavelength, sort of say, like a team or whatever. Like, I was doing a lot of stuff by myself for a minute, and then I was like, oh, I need people. Like, I need different perspectives. So that's very important. So shout out to Chad, because you know what I mean. Chad gave you a lot of good
that was a gem.
tips and tricks.
That was a gem for sure. Shout out to Chad. Pay attention, media.
Yeah, shout out to him. So yeah, so you have the event November 14th. So go ahead and tell the people like how they can get their tickets
Oh yeah,
and just
y'all need to let me know how that show went. I ain't gonna lie, cause this interview kind of old. I'm thinking this is a brand new one.
little recap of the event.
Yeah, man. Like I said, Jae Skeese live at Rec Room, November 14th. Get your tickets now, man, at jaeskeese.com, JaeSkeese.com. You can follow me on all my socials, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Make sure you go comment, like, and subscribe on all the YouTube videos. JSkeese716. That's my YouTube. But yeah, like I said, November 14th is going down. We got special guests, merch, and just overall, just good vibes and a good night. And we're gonna celebrate the release of Ground Level. You know what I'm saying? And just keep the party going.
Yes, we excited to celebrate the release of Ground Level, and I know I will be there. So y'all make sure y'all be there. The town definitely got to pop out for this one. Just remember, networking is key. Like the events like this, you should be in the room. If you're an artist that want to see yourself thriving, you need to network. You need to be in these rooms. Put yourself in those rooms.
That's a fact.
Thank
Also,
you.
real quick, before we cut off, real quick, if you go to Rick's on Allen, the sneaker store.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a dope interview. I ain't gonna lie. That's fire. Let me come back to the screen right here. That was fire. I ain't gonna lie. You gotta give credit when it's credit due. I think I learned a lot about Jae Skeese that I didn't know before. That was kind of cool. I learned a lot about Jae Skeese I didn't know before. He sounded like a dope dude from the interviews. Kitty did a great job interviewing and explaining like what the problems are in Buffalo. Cause I feel like in Rochester we relate to the same thing. It's like we brothers and sisters around here. You feel me? Going through the same thing. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that was a dope interview. Shout out Kitty, Kitty Queen. You feel me? She definitely dope at what she do. You feel me? She ain't one of them people that's picking up camera and just talking. She knows how to have a great conversation. It can be interesting at all times. And yeah, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and we are out.